I'm the only one who remembers. Because we always leave some side open when you don't really want to say goodbye at the end. Hope knows no closing doors. She only learns to wait. And sometimes waiting is the cruelest thing, rather than simply accepting. Like someone closing off what's left of a home. Some goodbyes don't come with words, they come with the wind. Your last footprint still resides on the floor between the room and the exit door. The entire house was suspended in the exact form of your departure. You turn your face away at the end of the hallway, like someone who had already gone before going, and that phrase fell into thin air, not knowing where to fall on me. Silence followed soon after, but I didn't know how to take your place, because there are words that just a voice. That collapses slowly. The door closed, the house continued, but that phrase hung in the air. Some goodbye don't end with time. They choose where to live. Silence. The room is full of things that are no longer us. The television talking by itself, and we pretend to listen to our own voice. Your gaze no longer sought mine. Your body was there, but it wasn't really there. Your hand out of habit, and you no longer held me captive. It was during a pause between two words, the void decided to speak. I noticed it in the way you were breathing, who I'd already left without telling me. It was the night I realized that you had already left me, even though he was right there with me. Oh, his heart had already reached its breaking point. Oh, it was the night I realized that I was losing you in real time. We were still us on the outside. Because sometimes we leave too soon, just so I don't have to explain. The problem wasn't the goodbye, it was a time when we pretended that everything was still alive, when I was the only one still there. He felt. It was the night I realized that you had already left a long time ago. I was just hugging a body where feeling no longer resided. It was the night I realized the end doesn't begin when we say. It begins when love becomes polite and stop asking. After that, we still tried, but only out of fear of loneliness. Because losing someone in silence is a terrible idea. It hurts more than any breakup. Perhaps I had learned to hate, but we made a mistake because of the details, and the details are what take the longest to heal, because almost doesn't turn into a scar. It becomes an open question in the chest, and I never know if it was my fault or if love really does have a flaw. We were almost a memory that were, and perhaps that is the cruelest thing, because even today I wonder, how did you almost become a defendant? We were almost a memory that worked, now we are an educated mistake. Two strangers who recognize each other in a past that remained unresolved and kept hidden. If I meet you again in another time, maybe we can understand. Some stories don't fail because of a lack of love. They fail because they come too close to being. No longer makes any noise, but it no longer brings peace either. The clock talks to me by itself, and I answer without wanting to anymore. Your glass no longer lives in the sand. Your step doesn't return to the ground, but all this nothingness calls to me, as if they knew who I am then. At first the silence hurt intensely. It seemed like an punishment. Now he only recognizes me, as if it had learned to live within me. Your silence has learned my name. You call me every day in vain. I enter the dark room, and he already knows who I am. So your silence has learned my name. You don't need to scare me anymore. had come to stay. Your silence has learned my name. You call me every day in vain. I enter the dark room and he already knows who I am. So your silence has learned my name. You don't need to scare me anymore. He only arrives at the same time, as if coming to greet me. Maybe that's why I don't cry, because emptiness has become routine. When pain becomes the agenda, she no longer tears, she just walks. I thought time would erase it, but he only organized. He placed your silence at the center, and he made of it what was left. Your silence has learned my name, and now there's no need to say anything. I know when he gets close, judging by how heavy the air is starting to feel. Your silence has learned my name, and perhaps I've learned to stay, because there are absences that just won't go away. They just change places. If one day your voice returns, maybe I don't even know how to answer, because silence has become a part of me, and he also learned how to live. You left without closing the window, like someone who hasn't yet decided to leave. The wind came in, bringing the whole street with it, and the fear of never hearing from you again. Your footsteps descended the stairs, but nothing is over here. The city lights stayed in my room like a remnant of ourselves that's left over. I told myself it was carelessness, but deep down I know very well who left. Some doors don't stay open by chance, they stay because their hearts have been closed. The
side open when you don't really want to say goodbye at the end.
Hope knows no closing doors. She only learns to wait. And sometimes waiting is the cruelest thing, rather than simply accepting. The window was left open after you left, and now I know why you weren't supposed to come back. I was supposed to learn how to lose. The window was left open after you left, but the day dawned without you. And when morning closed the night, I understood that it was only you. Wasn't gonna hit it anymore. I only closed the window when it was dawn, like someone closing off what's left of a home. Some goodbyes don't come with words, they come with the wind slowly entering. Your last footprint still resides on the floor, between the room and the exit door. The entire house was suspended in the exact form of your departure. You turned your face away at the end of the hallway, like someone who had already gone before going. And that phrase fell into thin air, not knowing where to fall on me. Silence followed soon after, but I didn't know how to take your place, because there are words that refuse to die. They learn to walk. Your goodbye still echoes in my hallway. It hits the walls, comes back to me. I continue living in other rooms, but he still lives at the end. Your goodbye still echoes in my hallway, like a sound that won't stop. The house learned to be empty, but your last sound won't go away. I changed the paintings, I changed the colors, but the acoustics don't wanna change. Every night the echo arrives before I fall asleep, as if it wanted to wake me up. There are places that become memories. There are memories that led to imprisonment, and that corridor turned into a tunnel between what's left and what's not. I tried to pretend it was just an ending, like so many others out there, but my body still manages on its own. When the echo calls to me, your goodbye Perhaps you've already forgotten. Maybe for you it was just another day. But some words are born with weight to become an eternity for those who listened. Because saying goodbye doesn't depend on who's leaving. It depends on who's left afterwards. And I ended up with a whole house, and with an echo that was never just a voice. Slowly, the door closed, the house continued, but that phrase hung in the air. Some goodbyes don't end with time. They choose where to live. Next to me in silence. The room is full of things that are no longer us. The television talking by itself, and we pretend to listen to our own voice. Your gaze no longer sought mine. Your body was there, but it wasn't really there. I held your hand out of habit, and you no longer held me captive. It was during a pause between two words the void decided to speak. I noticed it in the way you were breathing, who had already left without telling me. It was the night I realized that you and I already left me, even though he was right there with me. His heart had already reached its breaking point. It was the night I realized that I was losing you in real time. We were still us on the outside. You still said my name, but with no one living there. Like someone repeating an old address from a house that no longer exists in itself. You have felt this too, but he pretended so as not to hurt her, because sometimes we leave too soon, just so I don't have to explain. The problem wasn't the goodbye, it was the time when we pretended that everything still there, he fell. Silence is a terrible idea. It hurts more than any breakup. Came so close to getting it right. Making mistakes has become a cruel kind of art. Two tired bodies trying to make it work, with the heart always arriving late. We clicked in the early mornings, but it failed in broad daylight. At night we were some relationship die for lack of hatred. wasn't a lack of love, nor an excess of pain. It was a mismatch of time and heat. When one wanted to stay, the other wanted to run away, and nobody managed to insist. We were almost a memory that worked, something nice to remember without it hurting. But we failed so close to the end. It hurts so much now that I forget. We were almost a memory that worked, a past that was acceptable. But when almost enters the story, nothing else fits anymore. If we had messed up badly, perhaps I had learned to hate. But we made a mistake because of the details, and the details are what take the longest to heal. Because almost doesn't turn into a scar, it becomes an open question in the chest. And I never know if it was my fault, or if love really does have a flaw. We were almost a memory that worked, and perhaps that is the cruelest thing. Because even today I wonder, how did you almost become a defendant? We were almost a memory that worked. Now we are uneducated and it's the state. Two strangers who recognize each other in a past that remained unresolved and kept hidden. If I meet you again in another time, maybe we can understand. Some stories don't fail because of a lack of love. They fail because they come too close to being. The house no longer makes any noise, but it no longer brings peace either. The clock talks to me by itself, and I answer without wanting to anymore. Your glass no longer lives in the sink. Your step doesn't return to the ground. But all this nothingness calls to me, as if they knew who I am then. At first, the silence hurt intensely. It seemed like an endless punishment. Now he only recognizes me, as if it had learned as if coming to greet me. I turn on the television without sound, just to pretend there's someone. But even the voices turn to shadow. After all, nothing came back either. The refrigerator opens unwillingly. The light flickers as if tired. Even the objects have forgotten your face, but the emptiness hasn't forgotten who I am. Every absence at the beginning screams, then he learns how to converse, and today silence sits with me as if he had come to stay. Silence has learned my name. You call me every day in vain. I enter the dark room and he already knows who I am. So your silence has learned my name. You don't need to scare me anymore. He only arrives at the same time, as if coming to greet me. Maybe that's why I don't cry, because emptiness has become routine. When pain becomes the agenda, she no longer tears, she just walks. I thought time would erase it, but he only organizes. He placed your silence at the center, and he made of it what was left. Your silence has learned my name, and now there's no need to say anything. I know when he gets close, judging by how heavy air is starting to feel. Your silence has learned my name, and perhaps I've learned to stay, because there are absences that just won't go away. They just change places. If one day your voice returns,